Got my juice. Wow, that looks pretty chunky. I'm juicing this week. I thought I'd just give it a sip while I wait for people to tune in because we're live. If you're tuning in on the replay, welcome back. I'm Douglas Dennis, the Alkaline Life Coach. Today I'm reviewing these CBD drinks over here. I have tried several of them and I want to let you know the deal on them because, yeah, let's face it, a lot of the CBD products out there are junk and I would not recommend most of them. There's artificial stuff added in there and there's plenty of just pure CBD full spectrum hemp extract available that you can get, so might as well leave all that junk and save your money for something that's actually going to work. So, all right, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about these one at a time. I've already tried them all. Let's start with this one. So this company, I was looking for the company name, and here's something, the first thing I have to warn about. So most things in the store, as you know from all my other videos, if you've watched, that I always read the ingredients. Somehow, this one slipped by my radar. So let's take a look at the ingredients together. We've got, is it backwards? Sparkling water. All right, that's not the end of the world. It's not ideal, but you know, to mix it up a little, sometimes I have sparkling water. But if you don't know about my program and all my other videos, most of what I talk about is about getting more oxygen. So the sparkling water has CO2 in it, and this creates carbonic acid in your body. So if you're sick or detoxing, just save this, don't have any sparkling water. It's not that big of a deal. Next, organic agave nectar. Wow, awesome. Organic agave nectar, that's one of the only sweeteners that I will accept. Well, my body will accept. Next, natural flavor extract. Now that can be anything, really. It says it's vegan, so at least we know that it's not beaver anal gland. And if you think I'm just joking, that's a real thing. If you haven't heard of that, look it up. I'm not going to talk about that in this video, but it's ridiculous the kind of things people add to food. And then the final thing, non-GMO citric acid. Wait a minute. Look at the name of my channel. It's called Alkaline. My program's called Alkaline Life. So what is citric acid? It's the opposite of alkaline. Somehow this one slipped by my radar. I would not recommend that because it's got citric acid. Anyway, what is citric acid? It's usually black mold. They don't tell you that. They call it citric acid to make it sound, oh, natural. Half of the stuff that's labeled natural in the store, I would debate and reject. So just putting that out there, that's not my definition of natural. That's the grasping at straws definition of natural that most companies use to rip people off. That's the way I look at it. But you know, I'm a business person too. But I don't believe in poisoning people to make money. Just been there, done that, and I don't think it's the right way. But we'll make other videos on that. So this is a different brand. The brand of this one is called Untitled Art. It says Untitled Art around the top. And at first I didn't know that that was the brand name. Let's check out the ingredients on this one. Ingredients. I don't know if you can read them backwards. Carbonated water. Again, I talked about that a minute ago, not the worst. Organic strawberry flavor. All right, that Is this say it's vegan? Because that could be beaver anal gland. Huh. Organic strawberry flavor. See, that one is a slick one that it might not even be from strawberries, but I gave it the benefit of the doubt. Next, hemp oil with naturally occurring CBD. That's it. Carbonated water, organic strawberry flavor, hemp oil with naturally occurring CBD. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. As far as finding something in public and buying it and drinking it, rarely can I find something like this. And yeah, it's not ideal to drink out of an aluminum anything, but that's another story too. So this is, I drank it though, so there you go. That's the truth of the matter. This one was really good and I liked it. And as far as the CBD goes, there's supposedly 20 milligrams per can, I think. 20 milligrams is a fair amount. It's not overdoing it, and it's enough that I felt it. So, I've talked about CBD in another video if you want to know the difference between hemp and weed and THC and everything like that. If you're confused about that, I have another video about that. I won't go into that here. But this one passes the taste test and the CBD test, as in it actually worked. So there you go. That's my review of that one. Here's another one. This is that same brand, ginger ale, that slipped by the radar. There it is, citric acid. Citric acid is there's even more citric acid than there is hemp extract in this one. So I'm kind of ticked off that they tricked me. And I don't know how I read the label and missed it. You know, once in a while it happens, rarely, maybe once every 6 months or a year, I accidentally buy something that I didn't want, but oh well, I drank it anyway. Or did I even drink this? I'm not sure if I drank this one or if my wife did. And then here's this one. This is that Untitled Art company. This is Blackberry Flavor. Let's check this one. Carbonated water, organic blackberry flavor, hemp oil with naturally occurring CBD, and that's it. So that's pretty impressive for a corporate product, like, you know, that you can just buy in the health food store. They had a lot of different ones. I should do a video in that store actually. And none of the other ones were acceptable, including some that slipped by my radar accidentally. But these are not so bad, other than the carbonated water. If the organic blackberry flavor is actually from blackberries, then depending on how they process it, if you're really super strict, like I am, then you question these things. But if you're sick or detoxing, you know, avoid anything that you don't know for sure. But I was sick years ago and I recovered about 3 years ago. So, I mean, there's still work to be done. There's still better and better health. But this is kind of a thing that it was like a treat, and the CBD worked, and that's nice. So this was decent. Again, the aluminum can is not ideal, but I rarely have stuff like this. You know, who knows if I'll even ever have it again. I might when you're out in public, if you're dehydrated or stressed out or something and you need some CBD, although it does take a while to kick in. So it's not like an instant thing. But there you go. The taste test is approved, and a couple of them were kind of approved. So if you're not in the middle of a cleanse or not in the middle of a sickness, then I think it would be all right every once in a while. If they made it in a glass bottle, it would be way better. And yeah, that's pretty much what the way to make it better would be if it came in a glass bottle. That would be pretty awesome. For people like me who are super strict about what they buy, it's hard to find anything that's not just the whole food. And usually sticking with the whole food is the best bet. So if you can get the whole hemp plant, that would be ideal. If it's fresh, you can even juice it. So that would be the best way, is to juice the entire hemp plant. But let's face it, it was illegal for the longest time. It was suppressed for the longest time. So people don't really have whole hemp plants on hand. If you do, lucky you, and good work growing it or obtaining it. So, and like I said in my other video, hemp is different than weed. So I talked about that in another video. It can be really confusing because some of it's just ridiculous, the history of what's been going on. I actually just bought a book about this kind of stuff, and it's fascinating. So the legal aspect of it is infuriating, so I am sick of hearing about that, but I'm interested in the health-specific benefits and the science and everything, because now finally more research is being allowed, finally more info is coming out. The last several years, they've been actually allowing some scientific studies to be done, finally. So that kind of stuff had been suppressed for the last 100 years, but before that, this stuff, hemp, was widely used around the world. I mean, canvas is named after cannabis because it's made from cannabis. And you know, the ancient Greeks were using it. They were using it in ancient China, making paper and all kinds of different things. And that's after they were using it for medical purposes. So they've been using it for medical purposes on the record for 6,000 years, but off the record, I mean, debatably millions of years. I mean, there have been ancient remains found of mummified people with hemp or cannabis with them, and mummified cannabis remains found in the tombs of royalty dating far and far back. So yeah, the book I'm reading, I'm not even halfway through, but maybe I'll make some more videos about that because I'm learning some interesting stuff. Fala, nice to see you. Hello to you as well. Good to catch you live with the time zone differences. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I'm pretty much wrapping up the video, but if you have any questions about CBD or hemp, I'll do a Q&A, might as well, since we're live. So if you do have any questions or feedback, comments, then nice to see you. Fala says, how are you? The other people that are watching, Fala has been helping me with some of the Arabic food. So I made some falafel live the other day, and even though I made it differently than his recipe, it was still helpful. So he's been helping me out, and I appreciate that. So also, I've been wanting to share your before and after pictures with, I was gonna share it the other day on the live, and then it went 4.5 hours and I forgot to even show people. But I've got some awesome, for those people watching, the other people watching in the replay, I've got some amazing before and after pictures from some people that sent to me. And I appreciate that because I've got some private clients one-on-one that are trying to lose weight. Well, they're not trying, they're succeeding, definitely. It's hard to hang out with me and not lose weight. If you could just shadow me, follow me around, you would lose weight without even trying. So, And I made a video the other day about the type of people that you spend time with will influence you and rub off on you. Definitely reinforcing that here too. If you hang out with people that are unhealthy and sick, I mean, you know, it's not some people's fault to be. I was sick before, so I'm not saying that they're bad people for being sick. I'm just saying this is something to consider, that who you surround yourself with will become your future. It will happen. You are impressionable no matter how mentally tough you think you are. I've been studying psychology for over 15 years, and the people out of not only the government and intelligence agencies, but also movies, marketing, businesses, they're all trying to get you to believe whatever they want you to believe. So they're not necessarily having your best interest in mind, and that's not the popular route, I know, but that's okay. It's the right thing to do, and I feel good about it. So I hope this video helped. I do have some other types of CBD that I would recommend more than this stuff, actually, because there's less. Actually, let me go grab that really quick. Do I have one sitting here? I have some CBD in a dropper. I showed it in my other video, and that one can be better. Also, I have some hemp flowers that is the best, but the problem with that is that it smells like weed. So if you're somewhere where that's illegal and then you're just trying to have some CBD and you don't want harassed or something, that could be an issue. I don't know. It depends on where you live. But it's totally legal though. It's not, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's healthy. It's just, that smell is a taboo because of, there's plenty of other books and documentaries that talk about that negative aspect of why did it become criminalized in the first place. I'm not going to talk about that. That's not what I'm interested in. That's just infuriating and obnoxious. So unfortunately, freedom is not, we're not really free in my estimate. Well, wait a minute. Let me take a step back. We are free. We are totally free. You are totally free, and so am I. But the fake matrix that makes up laws over you, that's another topic. So I can see a whole nother rabbit hole unfolding. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna end the video here. If you wanna hear more about that, ask me in the comments and I'll do another video about that, or I'll just reply in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in until the end. If you're just now tuning in, you missed the meat of the video, but if you have questions, I'll leave the video up for replay and I'll answer your questions in the comments. Nice to see you, Falah, and anyone else tuning in. See you in the next one. Today, I start filming my new business course. So I've had a lot of people reaching out, and I have a consultation with someone later, and some of my clients, some of my health clients are actually, most of them are business owners or starting their own business, and I'm making a course for that. It's going to be focusing on the ethical, the right way, in my perspective, to do business, which is good for you, of course. I mean, the purpose of business is to make money. If you want to start a nonprofit, you can apply it to a nonprofit also. So, and some for-profit businesses are run like nonprofits. It just depends on the difference between for-profit and a nonprofit is what you do with the money. It's basically the same, except what you do with the proceeds. So with the profit in a nonprofit, you take that profit, you put it back in to the company. Well, with my for-profit businesses, I run them like nonprofits. I put all the money back in. So, you can run a for-profit company like a nonprofit. And actually, it's smart to do that at the beginning, at least. Well, depending on what you're doing. So there's so many different nuances out there. If you want one-on-one info about that, you can reach out to me. There's a link in the bottom of the description. And like I said, I have a consultation later with someone. So mostly I talk about health and wealth. But if you need life coaching for other issues, I mean, life is, all my clients have, no one's got a handout, no one's got it easy. But luckily, there are people that have been there, done that you can just plug into, and it can help you to shave some of that time and effort off of the journey that some people call it. But business is more like a war than a journey. Saying that it's a journey is kind of like fluffing it, like, oh, positive rainbows and everything. But in the real world, it's not fun and games, it's brutal. So my course is going to prepare you for the truth, the brutal truths of what it's like to start a business. And there's going to be no fluff, no waste of time, no, oh yeah, just make an online store and make 7 figures and, all these gurus advertising to us. I've clicked on all those ads and I've watched all their webinars and I've bought some of their programs and I've taken other people's courses. So I've been around the block and I know who's full of you-know-what and who isn't. And most of it's full of you-know-what. Garbage. So my goal is to make a course that is truthful and that will prepare you and get you going. So, and get you profiting, hopefully. But, there are no guarantees in business or in life. And 9 out of 10 businesses fail. But that's not a reason, that's not an excuse not to do it. That's just a reality that you should know going into it so that you're sure that you have something really worth it before you go running out into the business world with your, oh, I've got a doodad for sale and I'm just gonna miraculously make it work. Well, good luck. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. I have other videos to film, so I look forward to the next videos. Let me know your feedback and comments. I take all of your comments into account and I put them into my content and try to answer all of your questions the best I can. Also, I have one-on-one clients asking me questions all the time. So I know, I've got more experience from them on what actually you need. And I always aim to give you what you need, not always what you want. So sometimes some people feel like it's a rude awakening. That's why I only take certain people as a client because, not everyone's ready for a change. Everyone says they are, but they're just talking. That's enough from me. I'll get to filming my business course. If you're interested in that before it comes out, let me know and you can maybe get maybe I'll give you early access before I officially publish it. So reach out to me in the comments or there's a link in the bottom of the description. I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing day on purpose. Peace.